Have you ever noticed something strange? The moment you stop trying so hard to be seen, people begin to notice you. The moment you stop chasing love, love seems to move toward you. The moment you finally give up forcing life to happen, something begins to unfold on its own. This isn't luck. It isn't manifestation. It isn't the universe testing you. It's what happens when effort loses its grip. Most of us live in subtle tension. We try to be better, try to be chosen, try to be peaceful, try to become someone. And that constant trying creates friction. Wanting peace creates pressure. Wanting love creates need. Wanting success creates anxiety. The mind says, once I get there, then I can relax. But what if the tension is coming from the reaching itself? Look closely. When you desperately want to be liked, people feel something tight in you. When you're pushing for attention, your energy contracts. When you're trying to impress, you're not actually present. The effort to gain creates the distance you're trying to close. And then something unexpected happens. You get tired, not defeated, not hopeless, just tired of managing everything. You stop performing. You stop rehearsing conversations in your head. You stop adjusting yourself to fit what you think others want. And in that stopping, something relaxes. Not because you achieved anything, but because the struggle paused. And when it pauses, life begins to move again. You become easier to be around, not because you're trying to radiate confidence, but because you're no longer asking the moment to give you something. There's no inner negotiation happening, no silent audition, no hunger hidden behind your smile. You're just here, and that just here quality changes everything. People feel safe when they're not being subtly used to confirm your worth. Conversations deepen when you're not waiting for your turn to speak. Silence becomes comfortable when you're not trying to fill it. It starts to feel like things are arriving. Opportunities show up, connections reappear. Peace comes in quietly, but it's not that life suddenly decided to reward you, it's that you stopped interfering. Imagine trying to smooth the surface of water with your hands. The more you move, the more ripples you create. When your hands finally become still, the water clears on its own. Your constant effort was the ripple. Your striving was the distortion. When the striving drops, clarity isn't created. It's revealed. This doesn't mean you stop working. It doesn't mean you become passive. It means your action no longer comes from lack. You still send the email. You still apply for the job. You still love fully, but you're not doing it to complete yourself. You're doing it because it's natural in the moment. There's a huge difference between acting from wholeness and acting from hunger. Hunger feels tight. Wholeness feels open. And strangely, openness attracts what hunger repels. But here's the important part. You can't fake this. You can't pretend not to care in order to get what you want. That's still chasing. Real release happens when you truly see that all the chasing was exhausting and unnecessary. It's not a strategy, it's a realization. At some point, you see the pattern. Every time you tried to control how you were perceived, you felt smaller. Every time you forced an outcome, you felt tense. Every time you obsessed over becoming better, you felt incomplete. And eventually something inside you says, enough. Not dramatically. Quietly, you stop trying to win the moment. You stop trying to decode life. You stop trying to arrive somewhere spiritually, emotionally, socially, and without announcing it, you begin to rest. Not sleep, rest. The kind of rest that comes from not needing to become. From that place, ordinary things feel different. A breeze through a window isn't just air, it's alive. A quiet room doesn't feel empty, it feels full. Even chaos feels less threatening when you're not arguing with it internally. You begin to notice something subtle. Life was never withholding from you. Your resistance was creating the noise. The identity that constantly asked, "What about me?" was blocking the view. And when that voice softens, experience becomes simple again. You're no longer trying to turn every moment into a lesson. You're no longer squeezing meaning out of everything. You're just here. And being here without commentary feels surprisingly complete. This is the paradox. When you stop needing life to give you something, life feels abundant. When you stop demanding love, love feels present. When you stop chasing peace, stillness shows up on its own. Not because you earned it, not because you mastered something, but because you stopped disturbing what was already there. You don't become someone new. You don't upgrade into a superior version of yourself. You simply drop the tension of becoming. And what remains is ease. Not dramatic, not mystical, just natural. Life continues. Breath moves. People come and go. Opportunities rise and fall, but inside there's less noise, less grasping, less friction. And in that absence of struggle, something beautiful happens. You're no longer living to be seen. You're no longer loving to be validated. You're no longer working to prove your worth. You're just participating, fully, quietly, without trying to control the outcome. And strangely, that's when everything seems to flow. Not because you forced the door open, but because you stopped standing in front of it. When the chasing ends, life doesn't become perfect. It becomes immediate. And in that immediacy, you realize something simple. You were never missing anything. You were only busy searching. And the moment the search falls away, what remains has been here the entire time.